All right, so we're going to move around, right on into the verse here. Now, this verse is, he basically gets this clean tone by really just lowering the volume on his guitar. That's usually how Eddie Van Halen gets a clean sound, especially when he's going from dirty to clean. He usually doesn't use a pedal. He just rolls the volume down a little bit, and we have a cleaner tone. I'm using kind of a hybrid picking down here. I'm always picking just two strings here. The fourth string I'm picking with my pick, and then the third string I'm picking with my middle finger, kind of snapping them. And what I play down here, what Eddie's doing, he's playing, this is based off an A5 chord, but you're just going to be playing the fourth and third string. So the 2-2, this little a bar across the second fret of the third and fourth strings, the two middle strings, and then reach up your pinky at the fifth fret for this, at the C on the third string. And you're going to pick this twice, and the second one you're going to pull off the pinky, flick it down to the 2 on the third string. So we get this, and then you hit the 2 notes again, just pick it, so it goes. So all together. So we got. And this last one, you just do one pull off. You don't do that. You don't hit it twice. So it's 3 times in all. And the last one, you just do the pull off, and that's it. So we have this. And then we hit the 5th string open, hammer on the 5th fret, then the 6th, then the 7th. Come over and hit the 2 middle strings again, but at the 5th fret with a 1st string of bar. And then you reach up to the 8th fret, 8 and 8, 2 middle strings, and then slide that down to 7. Now he actually fingers it with his 3rd finger, so he'll go. But I like to use these two together just so I have more control over each individual string, but you really play it whatever is comfortable for you. So all together we have. Then it does that again. And then the last time, the 4th time through all that, we just do this. And then hit the 2 open strings, just the D and the G string, 3rd and 4th, open. Then it takes us to what's really like the second half of the verse, which is really a rocked up version of this. You crank the volume back up, and you hit just a straight A5 chord, just 0 on the 5th, 2nd on the 4th, and 2nd on the 3rd. So you can hit that with an upstroke. And then take your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the 5th string and pull it off the open string, and then do that again. So it goes. So we have that's basically, that figure is done 3. It's really based off of that one, just with the C brought down an octave. And we have. And the last one we just do 1 pull off instead of 2. And we have that open string, and we come up the same ending that we did in the clean version. Now on the 4th time we do this, which is basically you just playing the 2, this is going into the pre-chorus here. 8th fret, the 2 middle strings. So he's using these dyads that are these 2 note chords on the 2 middle strings throughout the song. So it's you can kind of see where this is going. So it goes 8, 7, 5, 7. And when you get to this one, you can hit the full power chord with your 1st finger at the 5th fret. So it's, that's the beginning of the pre-chorus. But then he does another pick slide there. All right, so it goes. Now this up here is a full major chord. You can play a full major chord or just play it as a power chord, whatever you feel like. But it's the first 11th fret, 13th fret, 13th fret right there. So it's 11, then 13 on the 4th string and 13 on the 3rd. And you do it at the 11th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, back to 10. And then we're going to do this. Come over to the 2 10s on the 2nd and 3rd string. Hit those and kind of give it a little bit of a little bend, but just kind of dig it in. You're not really trying to do a full bend. And then lay your 3rd finger down across the 12th fret across the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. So we got this. All right. Then we finish out the pre-chorus by doing this little figure. Okay. And that is basically just a chromatic lick, 1 fret at a time, power chord, 11th, this is the 13th fret, then the 15th and 15th. I pick this, the 13, and then hit the 15 on the 2 middle strings. I hold that with my pinky. You can hold that with your 3rd finger if you want, or the 3rd and 4th. So we have the 5th string picked, and then the 2 middle strings. Then do the same thing, a fret lower, again a fret lower, and again a fret lower. So we have this. And then when you go a fret lower again, this is all chromatic, 1 fret at a time, you start hitting the full chord together from the 9th fret all the way down to 5, 1 fret at a time. So we have this. Then it goes back into the same riff we did in the verse, but it's now the chorus of the song. The same heavy riff in the verse. The only difference is we now end it with that same E sus4 chord that we did at the beginning of the song. So we have the. Then we go back through the 2 verse figures. You roll the volume off again and do the really soft verse figure. That takes us back into the verse figure that's just like the chorus. And then we go back into the pre-chorus again. The only thing that's different from the second pre-chorus, he does this tiny little variation. When he starts that first part, when he goes, like we did in the first pre-chorus, and before we did a pick scrape there, well, he does some harmonics now. And that is just harmonics across the 7th fret, so lightly press your second finger, touch your second finger over the 7th fret, over the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, pick the 4th, then the 3rd, then the 2nd, back down to the 3rd, then the 4th, and then the 3rd. So let's just go So you kind of go all the way up, back down, and end on that middle string. And then it goes back to the same thing. And back to that heavy verse riff, which is actually the chorus now. So we have like 2 versions of it. We have the verse is like really 2 parts, a clean part and then a heavier part version of that, and then the pre-chorus and then the chorus. And then we go through all that again. And out of this chorus, we're going to get into the solo here. All right, so we'll cover that in the next video.